In an era of computerization, E-LINK offers a unique system for rehabilitation that brings exercise and evaluation together in an exciting format. Designed for many clinical applications from hand therapy through to stroke and neurorehabilitation, E-LINK provides solutions for therapy needs. Exercise for both the upper and lower extremities can begin when there is only a flicker of voluntary muscle control and continue throughout the full rehab process, facilitating normal movement patterns and encouraging muscle strengthening. Grip, pinch, joint range of motion and weight-bearing balance are accurately assessed with precision devices, and E-LINK software easily generates progress reports for outcome measures. In an era seeking clinical evidence, E-LINK offers comprehensive reports and data is readily exported for audit and research purposes. Embracing innovative technology, the latest generation of E-LINK excitingly uses a unique wireless interface to the computer. Wi-Fi communication removes the need for connecting cables, thus giving greater portability and ease of use for the clinician. Wireless E-LINK is ideal for using various modules by the bedside, in a clinic, or out in a community setting. The E-LINK upper limb exerciser is designed for active and active resistive upper extremity exercise of the wrist, forearm, elbow and shoulder. The versatility of the parameters allows rehabilitation for a wide range of orthopedic and neurological patients. The range of motion used for exercise can be set as little as 2 degrees, enabling exercise for patients with very little motion, gradually increasing through to a full normal range of motion. Various tool handles, spade, cylinder, disc and key accommodate repetitive functional exercise that is related to movement for everyday activities, such as turning a key in the door, wiping a table, using bike handles or opening a jar. Resistance to movement can be graded for muscle strengthening and work hardening exercise, using the lowest setting for starting exercise as soon as the patient is cleared for active movement, and increasing the resistance as the patient progresses through rehabilitation. Alongside range of motion and resistance settings, E-LINK activities can also be graded for speed and difficulty. This versatile combination allows a graduating course of therapy for each patient. The interactive fun element of the activities, with immediate feedback, engage the patient in the process, thus maximising motivation to exercise and eliminating the boredom associated with repetitive exercise. The adaptability of the activities addresses a wide range of both physical and cognitive needs, from simple end-range to end-range or gross motor activities to various types of matching and sequencing of objects to complex spatial relationships requiring fine motor control. The E-LINK upper limb exerciser is simple to set up and quick to use, ideal for individual or group therapy sessions throughout the whole rehabilitation process. The E-LINK exercise kit includes both Myo-Ex and AngleX sensors that are exclusively designed for innovative computer-based exercise. The exercise kit gives immediate biofeedback to the patient and is the ideal tool for undertaking progressive exercise throughout the whole rehabilitation process. Myo-Ex is a very practical, easy-to-apply solution when seeking to address issues of muscle activation not only for the extremely debilitated patient, but for all patients through to professional athletes. Simply applied with medical-grade tape onto the skin surface over the muscle to be exercised, the wireless Myo-Ex sensor is quick and easy to apply. As a muscle contracts, the Myo-Ex sensor uses the electrical activity that is generated to control the movement of objects in gradable E-LINK activities, facilitating exercise. The greatest benefit of Myo-Ex is that it can be used in early rehabilitation as soon as there is the smallest flicker of voluntary muscle control, even when there is no visible joint movement. Myo-Ex provides immediate biofeedback through the visual movement of objects on the screen, maximising the patient's motivation to exercise. To succeed in the game, the patient is focusing effort on a smooth, efficient and coordinated movement rather than recruiting possible compensatory ones. Muscle strengthening and restoration of normal movement patterns is encouraged. Myo-Ex is ideal for wrist and elbow exercise, focused exercise on the shoulder musculature, knee and ankle exercise, and with certain facial muscles as in Bell's palsy. Invaluable for hand therapy as well as stroke and neurorehabilitation. Where there is some active joint movement as little as 2 degrees, but not yet sufficient strength to grasp or move other devices, AngleX is the perfect rehabilitation tool. The sensors are simply attached close to the joint to be exercised with medical-grade tape. AngleX then responds to active movement against gravity, providing focused exercise for joints in the upper and lower extremities as well as the neck and back. The smaller sensor is lightweight and ideal for exercising each individual hand joint, perfect for patients with rheumatoid arthritis. The larger sensor AngleX is used for the forearm, elbow, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle joints, suiting all areas of rehabilitation. AngleX encourages normal patterns of joint movement and discourages compensatory ones. Totally focused on the individual patient. Wireless sensor gives greater freedom of movement, the ideal choice for focused joint exercise. The E-LINK hand kit includes a dynamometer and pinchmeter, both precision devices that are designed not only for fast, accurate data collection, but with ample sensitivity to register as little as 0.1 kilos or 0.1 pounds strength measurements. The hand kit is the ideal module to quantify and monitor the effectiveness of various interventions for the upper extremity throughout the whole rehabilitation process, even in the earliest stage, or for weak patients with chronic debilitating conditions. The E-LINK dynamometer allows tests to be performed quickly and includes assessments that cannot be undertaken with a manual device. Standard peak force grip test with automatic calculation of the average also provides the coefficient of variation percentage for consistency of measurement. Sustained grip test measures force over time in 5, 10, 15 and 30-second intervals and calculates peak force, time to peak, average and fatigue rate. The rapid exchange grip test for the detection of submaximal effort is easily performed and the results documented in both graph and table format. Combined with grip strength tests, pinch strength measurements evaluate the collective action of many intrinsic and extrinsic hand muscles, as well as several different joints. Monitoring the progress of muscle strength separately for pinch grip is relevant for functional activities that require finer movement. The E-LINK Pinchmeter is the ideal device as it has a unique, low-profile design that permits measurement to be undertaken at a point closer to the functional end range than any other Pinchmeter device. It easily accommodates positioning to test standard key pinch, 3-jaw, tip-to-tip measurements and thumb-to-digit opposition. The E-LINK ForcePlate registers weight as little as 0.1 to 100 kilos or 0.1 to 220 pounds. It is perfectly designed for both upper and lower extremity weight-bearing exercise, accepting the light touch of one finger through to full weight-bearing on one limb. The E-LINK ForcePlate is portable and easily positioned for upper extremity weight-bearing for the hand, arm and shoulder, standing balance, seated balance, and isometric ankle dorsiflexion or plantar flexion. It is then ideally placed for light touch, short duration, desensitization exercise in pain management programs. Full weight loading for strengthening joints and encouraging specific movement patterns. Controlled, purposeful activity whilst minimizing joint loading. This is invaluable for patients with arthritis and other conditions where low force on the joints is desirable. Immediately following assessment of applied force, the patient can undertake exercise. Movement of objects in the activity modules is controlled by the application and relaxation of force within an achievable range. The activities are highly gradable and motivate the patient to exercise further and longer, thus addressing functional therapeutic goals. Precise evaluation and exciting exercise are brought together in one workstation, as E-LINK ForcePlates are used in many diverse ways for patients whose everyday activities are affected by balance deficiencies or other problems. 4 ForcePlates used together are ideal for evaluating a person's full standing balance based on the weight displaced over the ForcePlates and provide a platform for effective balance training exercise. 2 ForcePlates focus balance testing in a single axis and, removed from the base frame, they easily accommodate other functional exercises, particularly for the upper limbs. In essence, the 4 ForcePlates module is designed to accurately and objectively assess a patient's ability to maintain postural stability on a static surface. The patient simply stands on the ForcePlates, and the E-LINK software allows the clinician to easily perform a timed balance test accurately and simultaneously assess front-to-back and side-to-side balance. Fluctuations in the weight distributed over the ForcePlates are measured, and the results displayed for immediate feedback. The patient's stability and symmetry of stance are documented. Progress over time can be analysed and reports easily generated for outcome measures. Another major benefit of the ForcePlates is balance training, with both single and dual axis modes available. Settings are based on the patient's own comfortable limits of stability, so that the gradable set goals are achievable. The motivational activities require the patient to shift their weight between the ForcePlates during the exercise, reinforcing normal movement patterns and thereby encouraging balance coordination and neuromuscular control. Innovative activity modules contribute an element of fun and help motivate the patient to exercise and strengthen the lower extremities. Proprioception, motor control and balance are also addressed. The position of the ForcePlates in the base frame may be varied to accommodate different stance widths, from pediatrics to adults. For additional flexibility, the ForcePlates can be removed from the base frame and used with other everyday equipment. The E-LINK ROM kit consists of a small and a large goniometer, which are designed for accurate and speedy data collection when assessing range of motion measurements for the upper and lower extremities. E-LINK goniometers are invaluable for busy hand clinics and for individual patients in need of a fast assessment to minimise discomfort from pain associated with lengthy evaluations. Clinicians can easily customise the order for collecting data and use the preset sequences to facilitate speed in the ROM assessment. Graphics in the software provide a visual aid for positioning the goniometers, though clinicians are advised to follow their own unit guidelines for standardisation. The goniometer is simply placed over a joint, and at the single click of a button, the data is recorded in 1-degree increments and clearly displayed on the appropriate screen graphic. The small goniometer is used to measure ROM for fingers, thumbs and toes. The large goniometer is used for the wrist, elbow, shoulder, hip, knee and ankle. In an era where technology is increasingly being used to advance healthcare, E-LINK provides everyday solutions for clinicians to help patients in their care. Precise scientific devices underpin evaluation of the upper and lower extremities, and innovative exercise tools with exciting computer-based activities support realistic therapeutic goals. Designed by engineers in close collaboration with clinicians, E-LINK has evolved into a well-recognised technology that has been used worldwide for over 2 decades.